We went underground, now in the room. We're jamming the sounds, go round and round and round. Can't go forward, can't go back. Set your mind at ease, you better relax. Throw yourself a party wherever you're at, and dance your blues apart. Tomorrow you can start finding a way back to civilization. Stay and have a good time, no need to pay. The pleasure is mine until the train he's ready to climb again.
HeroWars HowTo. We're talking about new ranking system today. Hey, how you doing? There we are. And in our new ranking system, probably should pause that, even though it's on public, they've got an issue about it a lot of times. So, let's take a look at this. Here we have a sheet we designed you can find on our Facebook page. HeroWars HowTo Team Rank Development Worksheet. Now the idea is basically, if you think on the tier level, most people are thinking main team and some extras. In my opinion, HeroWars is best played not like in that aspect, but like a toolbox. That everybody's got certain tools and each tools are interchangeable with each other. For example, in that analogy, everybody that does physical damage could be like considered a metric, and everyone that does magical damage would be a standard. So you don't want to use metric tools on a standard socket or what have you. Still, regardless of the tier system, I came up with the idea because I like hockey. The pet's the goalie, the healer and the tank are the defenseman, and the damage dealers, the meta team aspect, are going to be your front three. And one of these I got an example. I think it's this. Here we go. This is a good example, and the way I did this is I went on to the server. I do my best not to give anybody this is the way you do it, because that's not the way it works. You don't just do it that way. There's no exact answer. You have to be able to swap in and out certain heroes depending on what your team is or your opponents are like sending your way. Now with this line here, you can see that 1, 2, and 3 are the Grand Arena lines. And this all started with the concept of, let's build 3 teams that will be solid in the Grand Arena. Then let's come up with 3 counter teams and 2 meta teams. That way, when I'm bored and I'm paying extra attention, not just doing attack the battle, be done with it, I'll look and see what their opponents are, and if it's close, I'll be able to swap in and out. I can change lines. Just like a hockey team, on the fly, change the line. And I think it matters most when it comes to the guild and the guild battles, guild wars. Because for me, when I'm doing guild wars, I have 2 guilds of my own. I have 9 players on Facebook. I have 20 players now on web version. If you're not aware of it, if you have a Google account, and you sign in with the Google account to your Facebook, you can then go to the web version, click log in with Facebook. It will create a web version team that's identical to the Facebook team. Difference is, for whatever reason, not as many players, and therefore the servers are less congested. And when you first start, it almost always gives you a ability to get an epic hero, which is why half of my teams got Astrid and Lucas. When they started, within the first 3 days they got the Astaroth Devil Skin, then on day 7 they got Astrid and Lucas. I haven't figured it out, and I'm not bringing it up with the developers, but I I found that sometimes I'd start the event and then another event would over trump it and bug out the first, and I was like, I don't care about this other crappy event. I want my epic heroes. And it did it to me on a couple of different teams, and then I was like, well, screw it, those will just be sucky teams. They're all for giveaways anyway. The point of the giveaways is, by logging into these every day and getting the soul stones and or bonuses and or skins, it's 3 months of building up that you don't have to pay a dime for. You just got to subscribe to the YouTube video. You got to make a comment on each video. If you catch us live and you comment and share, we'll give you 3 points or 3 entries. Same with Facebook. I've not been able to, I was having issues with the ODB today, or OBS or whatever the hell it is, and it may be fixed, I'm not sure. But for now, what we're talking about or dealing with is thinking of your teams as a hockey team, thinking of your heroes as a hockey team, and therefore when you start developing them, as opposed to some people, and that's fine, you want to blow all your energy and time on a set 5 set of heroes, makes sense at the beginning of the game. Then when you get to Grand Arena, you want to focus on those 3 teams and get those all leveled up and solid. Then having some counter meta team types, or meta counters, however you want to put it. And I don't even understand all of that, to be real honest. All I can tell you is dummies will look at what other people do, will try to match it. When they find a connection, a good formula, like the Twins team. I've seen the Twins with Dorian and Astroth. I've also seen the Twins with Celeste and Cleaver, without a healer and Jorgen. The other aspect, that it's stuff that only makes sense if your pet, for example, Kane, improves everyone's ability to dodge. So it doesn't make any sense to put Kane with Lars, Celeste, and Krista, because Lars and Celeste and Krista are all intelligence. You see what I'm saying? You want Kane to be with a line like Astrid and Lucas, Kira, and King Mao, because they're all getting boosted by that. Same with the artifact skills. And if you look at the HeroWars Help and Hints page, or you look at the HeroWars HowTo page, you can probably get a connection to there. You'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Now, the main thing about this, HeroWars and hockey, in ice hockey, a line is a group of forwards that play in a group or shift during a game. A complete forward line consists of left wing, a center, and a right wing. For HeroWars, this would be front, middle, and back. While a pair of defensemen who play together are called partners, which is your healer-tank combo. Coordinated groups of players called line mates, combos, can be substituted simultaneously in what are called line changes. Now, the types of lines. The first line is comprised of your best offensive players of the team. These players are usually the team's starting lineup. This will be your arena team. This is your main strongest team. The second line, composed of your second-ranked offensive players, oftentimes having a higher-end player drop down into that level to support the lower-level team. As long as with synergy, it's a good thing. The third line is often called the checking line, generally made up of defensive-minded people. Now, in this instance, for my third team, I basically call it my twerps. They fill spots. Now, a fourth line or energy line can also be a checking line. In the aspect of both of these, as you can see from my previous example over here on my main screen, is the healer and the tank are your defensemen. Your front 3 are your main damage dealers. Now, in many examples, you can fill these in, and if you need, you go to the page, you can have one just like this, download it, print it out, put it on your screen, and keep track of it. Here you can see that I placed the ranking. That makes it a lot easier if you're just looking at it and go, well, I know I want these players, but where will they fit in the boxes? This will tell you. Your tanks go in this front one, Your healers go in this almost back one and your pet's in the back. Then these are first line, second line, third line. Obviously, these lines you can interchange with your healers and your tanks. I personally put my top healer and tank at the first line. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. That makes sense. That way, each time I need to swap out, when I have Grand Arena teams, I'll obviously have 3 solid lines, hopefully all leveled up. In my Grand Arena teams, I take my first line and I distribute them across the 3 teams, mostly because they will be sometimes 10 or 20 levels higher than my twerps. But that's just a little outline and an idea. Be sure to like and subscribe. We'll get more into more hockey later. And that was our brief introduction to a new hero ranking system. Lines explained in full detail, as full as you can get. Death to the tier, or as Wayne and Gar say, game on. And if you like and subscribe to our channel, every time you like and comment a video, you get an entry. If it's a live video and you comment while we are live, you will get 2 entries. If you like and you comment and you share in a live episode, that's 3 entries. That's going to be the same for the Facebook live and or YouTube live streams. So for HeroWars HowTo and our Augustus Great Giveaway, remember to subscribe, to like, to do all that good stuff. And if I had music for an outro, I would probably play it.
Dance your blues apart. Tomorrow you can start finding your way back to civilization. So you can stay, and have a good time. No need to pay. The pleasure is mine until the train is ready to climb again. It's ready to climb.